Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a scripted, unscripted video here, just to give you all an updated status of what I think is going on with the game. First off, let's talk about the current status of the game, the TLPs, and the excitement behind the Fippy Fest and the Year of Darkpaw. However, before we dive in, if you like content like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. Alright, so I do want to say, as a growing content creator, I will at times be a little biased. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. I've always tried to be a voice of positivity, and I've maintained the glass half full approach. But there will be some negatives that I discuss here, so let's talk about the good, the bad, and the worst, in my opinion, of the state of EverQuest right now. Okay, so the good. Right now, there is every flavor of EverQuest that you can imagine, especially if you want to include emulated servers like Project Quarm and P99. We also have the TLPs, even Oakwind, and Mischief and Vaniki, and they all seem to be very popular. Mischief is the game's most successful TLP so far, and it has far exceeded expectations. So much so that it will likely be a future rule set for another TLP, or some version of it. It stayed high population well into House of Thule, long after expansions usually dwindle into a handful of competing guilds before suffering a quiet death at the hands of level 100 content. The Year of Darkpaw and the new content, the developers have provided a new event for all players on all servers to celebrate the 25th anniversary. It's the North Row Tower. If you haven't already checked it out, I highly encourage you to do so. I've heard the rewards are pretty varying depending on the level and depending on the server, but it's a fun event nonetheless, and there will be new additions every month. The bad. Live servers, especially servers like Furiana V, Burtox, Bristlebane, while they do boast a very large population, their low to mid-game population is non-existent. As much as I love EverQuest, starting as a new player in 2024 or being a return player is not a fun experience, unless you either have a friend or friends guiding you along the way. I stream pretty often, and the number one question I get when returning players boot up the game is, where do I begin? And to stack on that, the questions following are almost always, why can't I find anyone to group? And do I only get to the endgame if I'm 6-boxing, and how do people 6-box so effectively? This is not going to be a rant video about third-party programs. I'm not going to talk about that, I'm not going to discuss it. I will, however, say, for a new player, getting to the endgame without lots and lots of help, it's a problem. A very big problem. And the worst. Aggressive macro transactions. And what the fuck? $1,500 for a Fippy Fest ticket? What in the world even went into this thought process to justify such an outrageous price tag? I get that they want to keep it small, but that isn't something I can just put a positive spin on. Also, 46 slot bag in-game for $45? That's the price of multiple fantastic brand new games these days. Of course, not including AAA studio price tags, but AA games are all cheaper than $45 these days. Okay, let's steer away from the script a little bit, and let's just talk about some positives. Number one, the community. The community I've experienced since I started doing content, and streaming especially, has been without a doubt the best part of the game. If it was not for the community, I would not have returned and stayed. I came back in 2020 and I had almost nothing but positive experiences. Granted, I'm not a raider, I'm not an endgamer, I'm not a speedrunner. I joined a great group of people on Furiana V called Emerald Alliance, and then I started making content in 2021. The people I've met and the friends that I've made have made this the best gaming experience I've had in a very long time. I think I'd even say it's been more fun now than it ever was before. And to wrap up, I'm not saying EverQuest isn't in a good spot right now, but I am also letting my nostalgia and the hope of the 25th anniversary content carry me quite a bit. I'm really hoping this new TLP that's been rumored and discussed is as good as I've heard. A combined free trade, bonus loot, EXP boosted server would be awesome. And that's not even including what's in store for EverQuest 2. There's a new TLP, there's 20th anniversary content, and playing EverQuest 2 for the first time with a group of friends has been a blast. We have Ion and we have our buddies Ominous, Shifty, Mr. Everybody has made EverQuest 2 a blast. But anyways, I just wanted to make a short little video kind of talking about my experience with EverQuest and EverQuest 2. I know I discussed the good, the bad, the worst. I'm sure everyone's got their opinions on what they think the worst situation is right now. If you have anything you want to add to what I've said, comment below. Let me know what you think. What you're hoping the 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary TLP is going to be. Are you coming back for it? Do you have any interest in it whatsoever? Are you sticking with live? Are you just going to play Quarm? Or are you not coming back? I just wanted to cover some positives and negatives of what I see in the game these days. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have anything to add, like I said, please feel free to comment below. And I'll see you all in the next one.